I think we live.
It
Now,
says
before
we're live.
we make the telltale mistake, come on.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to give me the. I know
Oh
we're
my
not.
gosh, it is like
It is so delayed.
it is delayed. I'm still waiting for it
Oh,
to show up on my end
there we
here.
go. Okay, it is muted. Cool.
There we
My
go. Oh my gosh, I have to watch. I'm watching an ad for you,
Oh
and
no.
it's a 40-second ad. Oh, there's two ads. I'm gonna let it play.
That was crazy because I hit
Got to
go
make
live
that bank.
and we were 40 seconds into the live basically before we actually could see it. It was just like, nope, not there. We're not here. I was trying to make it muted, but it was just like not liking us at all. So we got to say hi to the people that are here. We have Tom Andrews. Tomos was first. Thumbs up.
High five.
Tomo, it's always good to see you. And he's actually in this live stream. Crazy Ann. Thumbs up. How you doing? Oh, Mad Country TV. Maddie, what's up? Thumbs up. I hope you're doing well, kiddo.
It's good to see you, Mad Country TV. Welcome.
The plus side is, although the count just seems to be all over again, people seem to be getting notified this time. That's a plus.
That's a good thing. Endless Vlogs, hello.
Thumbs up.
It's good to see you.
But yeah, the notifications have been all kinds of whack, and like the count. It says we have two, now it says three, but it had 2 people watching and we had like 4 people talking. What's with that? I don't know. YouTube is just kind of all over the place. Tomo, I don't know if you heard us because you probably weren't here yet. You were here but not here. You had your bell on.
It's good to see you, Tom. How's life treating you today, buddy?
Cindy, Steamfire and Ice, what's up? Thumbs up.
Good to see you.
Pretty soon, are we going to have Cindy's balls in my mouth again? I'm craving those balls. I need those balls. Oh, that's the dog. I'm like, what are you squeaking when I said that? Tales of the Soul Star. Thumbs up.
High five. It's good to see you, Tails. How's life treating you today?
So this weekend, I'm not going to be home. So we decided, hey, we'll go live early. We'll do an hour stream, hang out with you guys, all that fun stuff. Because, hey, we can't go a whole week without.
Any ball talk? No, I'm not really feeling all that great tonight. So I'm trying to, I want us to be consistent in our live streams. And I know Crystal's been working on it. And so I didn't want to just say, let's do this another time. So here I am. I'm going to do my very best to be comical.
He's like, I'm dying over here, but thumbs up, high five. Slappy's out to play.
Slappy might come out a lot. Give me my little handicap. Prop me up.
But how's everyone doing? How was everyone's week?
Guys, the weekend has beckoned, and the weekend is here.
My weekend's just going to be a long, drawn-out weekend.
I'm going to pick up a lot of scrap tomorrow. And I'm going to watch my daughter's soccer game.
Well, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tell her we say hi and good luck.
I will do that in that exact order.
I would say give her a hug from us, but she might still find that a little bit weird. Why they hugging me?
She would give you guys a hug. She thinks you guys are like family.
Well, actually, as I say that, she did. When we walked in, it was really funny because, I've talked to her a decent bit while we've been live. And I know she's a little bit more standoffish to people she doesn't know. And so I'm kind of expecting her to kind of be standoffish. And she walks in, she's like, hey. And I'm like, whoa.
She surprised you, didn't she?
I was not.
She's good at doing that.
Excited hug. She was very excited when she saw us. Well, when she saw me, I'll say, because she didn't know anyone else really in the family.
Tom says lots of foosball this weekend.
Football.
Foosball, baby.
I don't watch football. Never have. Never really found the joy in it. Glad this week is over, Cindy. This week was actually relatively good for us, for my house at least. It was a relatively good week. We enjoyed it. Uh, I can't complain too much. Can't complain. I could, but no one's gonna listen. So
The dogs have the zoomies in the other room, so I'm listening to Moon go back and forth between the couches.
she's like, "Woo!" Got the house to yourself now, Cindy. That's always a lovely thing.
Oh yeah. Worried about terra firma though. COVID has begun going after his family with 2 members testing positive, and he hasn't been feeling well. Oh man, yeah.
Hopefully,
I might reach out to him. Have you talked to him recently, Tails? I mean, I hope he's okay.
hopefully his family members all pull through it okay, and hopefully,
Yeah, I hope his family members are okay too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a little spacey tonight. I apologize.
Gil is totally the one that's like, "Hi, squirrel."
Yeah, more so than normal.
But tonight it's more, "Hi, Moon." Okay.
Fire Knight says not so good. I am hating the silence. I'm glad for a live stream to listen to. We're glad to have you here.
See, I get that though. Like, it is nice having the house to yourself. I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice.
Good question, Tom.
Sit here and do nothing, all that fun stuff. And then at the same time, I'm like, damn, it's quiet. But I got 3 dogs that never let it be quiet. So I don't have to worry too much about that. Aviation fan, thumbs up.
Thumbs up and a slappy. High five. What's going on?
So,
Tom wants to know how the RC track's going.
It's going. We did work on it today. We did some work today. I almost jokingly said when we did the intro, "Hey, Tom, we're not cutting the grass this time." We did start some of the stuff. We talked in the video about some of the other things that have to happen for what we're doing and what our plan is with it. We have a couple things we're going to be doing, I think, in this video before we release it. But yeah, it's in the process. We are still in the cleanup process because we had to get certain things done, certain things cleaned and done and ready, so we could start hauling in gravel and more dirt and digging holes and making mud holes, and we're trying to make it into like a pit. The pit's like at Gil's place for the RC cars.
My road is a pit for those RC cars. My driveway is a pit for those RC cars. When they were up here, they played with them 2-3 times, and every single time when it was all done, the entire driveway was aerated. I mean, it was just all fresh dirt.
It was dust. Cammy,
Hey, welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for offering up the weed underpants and the bacon. Very nice.
How's Obs doing, Cammy? Like, I was thinking about you the other day. I actually was, and life has been busy. But I was like, man, I have not talked to Cammy in forever.
Man, I think I'm blinding people. I better turn the damn light off.
How's Cammy doing, and how's Obs doing?
There we go. That's a little better anyway.
Test came back inconclusive. Well, hopefully he just kind of just take it easy, stay as healthy as he can, eat well, all that stuff.
Yeah.
From what I understand, if you do get it, you want to keep moving. Don't lay there for days on end, because movement helps.
Yeah, movement definitely helps. Thank you, Aviation Fan. Yeah, I happened to notice. I looked over on the YouTube feed, and it just looked like my forehead was like a human light bulb.
He had a light bulb at the forehead, like, woo!
I need better soft lights to light up when I'm live streaming. That's really what I need.
I'm glad she's good, Cammy. Like I said, I was thinking of you the other day. I'm like, man, it's been a long time.
Let's try that. See if I can. There we go.
But yeah, the track is coming along. What I mean by the pits is kind of like the pits where we rode the 4-wheelers. Trying to kind of create a pit where we have the hills and some holes and gravel in there and stuff like that to play with the 4-wheelers in.
It's all right, Aviation Fan. I completely understand. And I get those kind of comments all the time. There's a lot of real estate up here. In fact, I thought about selling it, for ads and stuff. Make some serious money. Those temporary tattoos or whatever.
See, yeah, I think if you did a permanent tattoo up there, your daughter might also kill you. She won't let this go away. I don't think she'd be okay with the full-on tattoo up there at all times either.
Now, guys, this is a peak time of the evening. I'm curious. I lowered the resolution rate in StreamYards from 720 to 480p. So you got to stream in P, right? You remember that back in the day? I'm streaming in P. Anyway, yeah. So I'm curious if it gets all Minecrafty. Let me know.
On StreamYards, it's not, which is a good thing. Running Water, what is up? Thumbs up.
Hey, high five. Great to see you.
You got a new tattoo, Cammy. It's not a clown. Please tell me it's not a clown. You're going to say it's a clown. I know you. You're going to say it's a clown.
How's life treating you, Running Water? How's your dad? I haven't gone to one of his live streams in forever. I got to catch up with him.
It's been a while for me as well. Like I haven't had a lot of free time to go on and sit in live streams. Like I'll watch a video as I cook dinner, but I don't have time to just sit and actually communicate with people in a live stream. A video I can let it play as I clean. Live streams I sit there and talk and actually listen like fully to what they're saying, so I'm not sounding like I'm completely out there. And I just haven't had much time for that.
Well, Aviation Fan, I very well could. Just because I don't have it up here doesn't mean I can't promote hair products for this stuff right here. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a clown. Cammy's not trying to kill me today. I was gonna say if it was a clown, he'd be sending me a picture like, it's a clown. He likes to do that shit to me. He just loves to do that shit. I'm like waiting for the moment. I'm like coming down like, were you not going to cook dinner tonight? No, it's going to cook eventually.
It'll cook itself eventually. You put it in the microwave and you push a few buttons. That'll work for you.
Yeah, I don't cook like that. I think I'm doing spicy buffalo chicken sandwiches tonight.
That sounds delicious. What do you mean you don't cook like that? You don't put anything in the frickin' microwave?
It's very seldom.
Oh, yeah? What kind of shit do you put in the microwave? Tell me.
When I do like Chef Boyardee and shit.
Okay, Chef Boyardee and shit. Is that the same as shit on a shingle?
Chef Boyardee and shit. But like dinners are not cooked in the microwave.
No, they're really not. They shouldn't be anyway.
Just shave it off and a bit of super glue, it'll be all right.
Beard butter, yes.
Shaves this off. His daughter has already committed herself to killing him.
I would totally be an advocate for Sasquatch, the Sasquatch soaps and stuff. I would totally be an advocate for them.
I always get that fucking ad. So
I would love to be. Do you think I could make a funny commercial like that for him? You see that blonde dude, blonde dude with the curly hair, and that dude's funny as shit. You think I could do that? You think I can match that? Maybe put a wig on or something?
Sure. A motorcycle, awesome. Is it a Harley or just a motorcycle?
That's cool.
But he can't shave this off and stick it to his head because then his daughter will kill him for not having this.
Yeah, I can't shave this. My father, okay, this was like maybe a month and a half ago. All right. I think it was before you guys came. He came over one day to pick up the lawnmower because, we share a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, he comes over and there's not a single day in his life where he doesn't have a full beard one way or another, not big and long, just a beard. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's not. Anyway, he came over and he was totally shaved. I mean, he was like clean shaven. And I looked at him and you could barely recognize it. You look like, holy shit. You look like Grandpa, Dad. Even my mother says I didn't marry your father. He promptly started growing it back.
Gulf Coast ACR, what's up? Thumbs up.
Great to see you.
Say,
Yeah, see, wow, man. StreamYards is showing these comments before the YouTube chat is. It used to be the reverse.
yeah, I'm noticing that because I'm on the YouTube and I'm like, you'll notice things before me, and what the hell? But I like being on the YouTube side for me because, or even for you, I can see who my mods are. Because otherwise, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, you're not are you a mod? I can't remember. Did I mod you? Who is my mod in here? It only shows me who's members. I see Tom and Crazy Ann, but I don't see the blue. So I don't know who's mods by looking at that.
Right. Oh my God. Yes, exactly. Basically, it nukes the nutritional value out of all the shit you want to eat. It's good for heating up water, though, and coffee.
Well, you got to be careful with heating water, though, because have you read or seen the thing about the superheating where it actually will explode into your face because it gets too hot?
The water will explode into your face.
They say that older coffee cups, it doesn't tend to do that so often because there's like cracks and like scratches in the cup, so the bubbles build in the scratches. But if it's like a brand new cup, especially, like if you're not careful when you heat it, you'll move it and it'll cause the gases basically to escape and cause it to actually explode. Basically,
there's gas in water.
Well, the like the superheated, it's something with the superheating. Yeah, it's like look it up. Porta Grip, what's
Porta
up?
Grip, hello. That's as far as I could go, buddy. I'm sorry. I got my feet up. Tom
Andrews is like, correct. Don't microwave distilled water. I actually have a friend.
Yeah, distilled water. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that.
But was saying with any.
Well, I mean, you can't be absurd with putting it in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. Like, you know, like I put I use the microwave primarily to heat up my coffee. Like if I'm drinking my coffee and I get sidetracked and it gets a little cold, I put it back in the microwave for about 40 seconds. That's it. That's all I do. Not a great gamer. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, it's just you gotta be careful with it. That's what I was saying. There is like a issue with heating waters and stuff in the microwave.
So consider that an official disclaimer, folks.
Exploding
water is on the docket.
I use the microwave mainly for like things like Chef Boyardee or whatever for making that, but dinners aren't cooked in the microwave. I'll use the air fryer before I use a microwave for that. See, you don't even use the microwave for your Chef Boyardee because you're an imbecile and you sit there and you gotta eat it cold.
I am not an imbecile. First and foremost. Secondly, think all the money that I saved for not putting in a goddamn microwave, okay? And I don't dirty any damn dishes except the spoon I use. That's easy enough to clean, right?
You imbecile.
Imbecile. Can't believe you called me an imbecile.
A minute and 30 seconds. No, Chef Boyardee goes in for 3 minutes. Otherwise, it's still got a cool chill to it. And no,
you can't. No, one can, and it depends on the microwave too. There's more powerful microwaves, you know. So it really depends. I leave mine in for about a minute 30.
One can, 3 minutes. That's how I do it.
God damn, you like yours lava hot then?
Well, it's got to match other parts of lava, so
it's got to damn near burn the roof of my mouth.
It's got to be extremely hot, and then I pour like a shit ton of mango habanero sauce into it, and then it's perfect. Yummy. He did say
this actually feels pretty good. I actually at this point, if I'm going to lean way back, I need a little bit of light because you guys can't really see me. Oh yeah. Oh, now I got to take my time and get comfy. Again.
He did say he might fall asleep during this.
Jesus Christ! Look at that freaking spare tire I got going on here. Holy shit!
Objects in camera might be bigger than they appear.
No. Well, you know what they say about the camera and what it does to a person, right?
It adds weight, does it not? Oh my goodness. Pepperoni pizza? We had pepperoni pizza like 2 days ago, but I'm either making buffalo chicken sandwiches tonight or buffalo chicken and potato. I don't know, like it's like potatoes and chicken with buffalo sauce with cheese over the top. That's really good too.
Either way, it sounds freaking awesome.
It's really good.
Mm.
But I think I'm gonna do buffalo chicken sandwiches. That's what I'm leaning
Buffalo chicken sandwiches.
with some corn on the cob.
Five's gonna cook some chicken for me.
Well, by the time you get here or it gets sent, it's not gonna be very good anymore.
All you got to do is overnight it. Just put it in a nice little Tupperware container. It'll all be good.
The only way that good will last for the overnight is if I smoked it. Then you're good for a couple days. See, when he was here, that's one thing I can say is like normal. We get leftovers and like it sits in the fridge, and some people forget about it. And we don't always eat them. Him, like when he was here, I'd turn around after putting leftovers away, and I'd be like, "Are you eating the chicken?" If he walked away with a piece of chicken in his mouth, like, "Yep." Did you even heat that? Nope. That was Moon.
What? Wait. What is that?
Tom said Sky. I said that was Moon. Well, no, he put the husky picture. I see. I'm on the yard, so I see the sky. It says, but it doesn't show me the emoji. That's actually not Sky. He was saying he was just putting the husky picture up.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Moon.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable, Crazy Ann.
He's like counting the stars. He's like 1, 2.
Oh, there's no freaking stars in here. Except you and everybody in the chat, maybe.
I ain't no star.
You are. You're a superstar, and you damn well know it.
I ain't no star.
That is your nickname, so you're going to have to live with it.
Goddamn goober.
Goddamn superstar.
Goddamn goober.
Goddamn superstar.
Nah.
So, yeah. So tomorrow's 9/11, guys. 20 years. Can you believe it?
That's it's hard to believe it's been 20 years, but even the saddest thing of that is so like kids that are in school at this point basically don't even know what the hell it is, except for what they hear if they're taught at all about it. It's
right. It's basically a footnote in a classroom lesson, in a history lesson, and that's I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? But it was pretty damn significant, and I've got some. I don't want to turn this political, but I am going to create a video tomorrow. I've already written up a script for it. I'm going to kind of narrate a video on 9/11, and I want to honor all the, the firefighters and the police officers and, the people that sacrificed themselves and lost their lives and all of that. And,
now
it's also going to be a big ass rant on our current government.
I wonder, because like by us locally, one of the towns near us does they didn't do it last year because of 2020, but they do like a memorial service. They actually have a piece of the towers that they have like displayed at all times. It's like a piece of the metal tower. But they have a guy that comes and speaks, and if they have it tomorrow and I'm able to make it, I need to record this guy because he talks about his experience because he lives out here, but he was actually in the towers or out there when this all went down, and he actually experienced firsthand the whole chaos and exiting the towers and people dying in front of him and stuff. He was there. And it's one of those speeches that you'll never forget when you hear it. Like it had me bawling my eyes out. Like it was hard to listen to, but it was an amazing thing to actually hear, because you don't get the chance to have a lot of those firsthand experiences brought to you, because it's not as common to have people that were there.
What really hits home for me, I mean, aside from the tragedy itself and the lows that humanity could go to, it brought out the best in people within that tragedy, and the people that were everybody, New York and the whole world basically united that day in helping people, get out of the rubble. And it's a very, very, I mean, that is extremely touching to me. I'm at a loss for words right now, because it really, I'm very passionate about it, but it's, I felt like I owed my viewers a video on how I felt about it, and what I feel about current events, and how it's kind of a slap in the face to America as far as what's happening today. There's so many parallels that is going on. I can't really talk about it too much more, because it's starting to go political, and I know you don't really want that, but yeah, I'm going to make a video.
And yes, human beings are human beings, but the 9/11, I think, went a lot further than that all around. There's so much more into that whole thing. And some people will never like the United States, and if that was all the case, like, human beings or no human beings, they don't care.
Well, and I'm going to say a lot of this in my video tomorrow, but I'm very ashamed of my country right now. I'm very ashamed, and it's not. And I'm going to make it perfectly clear that it's not the country itself. We live in a beautiful country. It's not the citizens, because we got some great citizens. It's not the police. It's not the firefighters. It's not the military. I am ashamed of our government. I'm ashamed of the politicians. I'm ashamed of the leaders up on high making such crappy decisions and making all of America look bad for it, and slapping our own heritage and our own history in our face by doing some of the things that they've done recently. I don't want to go too far into detail, but it really bothers me the way this country is going politically.
Yeah.
I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. I'm not trying to sway political parties, and I'm not, you know what I mean? It's not that way. But if you know what I mean? Anybody with any degree of common sense, if you follow the breadcrumbs as far as what's gone on recently, if you were in that position, you wouldn't have made those decisions.
There's a lot of questions I have for.
Hey, Bossy.
Bossy, my girl.
She goes nuts. You like freaking catnip to this girl. Great to see you.
Oh, that's a whole new way of looking at it.
It's not entirely inaccurate.
Bacon, I hear bacon.
I agree, Tails. I agree, and I hate to bring up such a somber subject, but with 9/11 just around the corner, I felt that we need to honor the people that truly, really matter, and call out the people that are giving us all a bad name.
Bossy knows I love her.
Bossy, how's it going over in Australia, sweetheart?
She's like, topic that I don't want to fucking talk about.
I know, yeah, she's feeling it too. She's feeling the pressure of the government and the military and all that too. It's a little different over there because they are really locked down. But
I'm heartbroken for what Bossy and all Australians are dealing with right now. That's all I can say. I'm heartbroken for
Me too.
the way their government is handling things and what's going on with them and the stress that they're getting put under and the restrictions they're getting put under. None of it's right. None of it is right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Tails. I mean, the problem is what happened to united we stand, divided we fall. You know, that I think about that a lot and then I start watching our senators and our congressmen and all that, and I watch them engage in all this discourse and disharmony, and each one has their own agenda and plot points, and nothing gets done. America basically stays in neutral. Nothing really gets done for the betterment of America. I don't get it. I think politicians, I think it's an obsolete system that really needs to be relooked at, revamped. Back to the basics, if you will. America's grown in population. Maybe the Congress has grown because of that too. But there's too many voices that are voicing different things and nothing is getting done, or it's getting done at a crawl's pace.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that need an overhaul, and Bossy, that's terrifying, heartbreaking, everything all at the same time.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I mean, your press conference, you should listen to the president's most recent speech. Basically, he put out a call to action to 80,000 Americans that they will get vaccinated or they will lose their jobs. That's basically what he said. He is going to push. They are going to push businesses in our country to make it mandatory to get vaccinated to work. They're going to do it through some sort of OSHA regulation to make it happen. It's a temporary thing. They can't do it on a permanent basis, but they are going to do it. And you want to talk about a failure of a president. When that happens, people are going to quit simply on principle, whether they're in dire straits or not.
Well, let's just look at the fact that I know this for a fact because I know of personally at least 10 nurses that handed over everything as soon as the mandate happened to them. And they're already hurting for people in the nursing field. They're already short-staffed. They're already burned out. They're already overworked. And they put that mandate forth. And I'm just saying from what I know of at least 10, but so many nurses and people in the medical field handed everything over and said, fuck this shit. They paid all that money for an education they can't even utilize now. And they're like, we're not doing this. Let's look at the bigger picture, whether you're pro-vaccine or against the vaccine. So all the ones that are pro-vaccine are like, well, they shouldn't be there anyway. Hallelujah, great thing, wonderful thing. Well, let's think of the bigger picture here. These same people worked in the front lines all through the pandemic. They've been exposed this whole time. Now you're happy that they're gone? Well, guess what? Less nurses, less doctors, less specialists means less beds. So now, not only are we already running to less beds because of the pandemic, and I'm going to say asterisk because at this point, I don't know, but because of the pandemic, but now you're running into bed shortages because we don't have workers. We don't have the care team. We don't have the team there. So now let's take a field that already is in dire straits and let's pull thousands of workers out of it because they don't trust a vaccine. Makes you question that vaccine when those same nurses are the ones that are on the front line seeing the results of COVID. They're also seeing the results of what this vaccine is doing. If they don't want the vaccine, why don't they want the vaccine?
Basically, what's happening here is it's turning into this. Our president used these words as saying now that it is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That's what he said. It is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated. This guy is so inept and so screwed in the head, it's not even remotely funny. But the way it's going, if you don't get vaccinated, welcome to becoming a second-rate citizen, because that's exactly how it's going to go. You're not going to have certain privileges, certain liberties, certain this, certain that. Talk about a step backwards in our, humanity's evolution. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously.
Strapping together.
Thumbs up, high five. Again, I'm very sorry I brought up a very somber subject, but it's very near and dear to my heart.
And Bossy says, and it's the same thing she said, like, and she said it to me when this all started in Australia. She's like, this is the start. This is rolling out to everyone. This is the start. But it's like she said, this is what's happening here. They have stated without holding back, we will only have freedom if you're double vaxxed. They're making all businesses responsible for ensuring their staff are vaxxed. So it started in Australia. They're ripping kids out of parents' arms and doing these vaccinations. They're not giving you a choice. I saw somewhere, and I don't know how true this is, Bossy, maybe you know, but I read something, I think it was off a legit news source, where they're trying to put an app out in Australia where if they say, send us a picture now, you better send a picture within 20 seconds, basically, showing you're at home where you're supposed to be. And if you're not, police are coming for you.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't know about that necessarily. I mean, people have a choice, but that's how the governments are saying you have the freedom of choice. You know, as you have a choice, but that choice has dire consequences if you choose the wrong one. I mean, if you get the vaccine and you have a massive, you know, you and your family get a vaccine and, you know, say one of your members of your family has a reaction to it and dies as a result of that. Do you realize that they're not necessarily responsible for that?
Oh, they're not.
They're not liable for that kind of stuff, but yet they are doing everything within their power to make it happen for you. Otherwise, you are a second-rate citizen.
And like for me, I've got Landon. Landon has no immune system essentially, but with DeGeorge syndrome, they have very ill effects to vaccines. This is a new type of vaccine. We don't know what the effects of this vaccine are on the general public, let alone someone that already can die getting regular vaccines. He can't get a lot of vaccines because of the risk factor of DeGeorge. So you're going to tell me he has to have that, otherwise he can't live?
You know, I have to say this. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know I feel this way, but I have to say this. I know COVID's not a joke. You know what I mean? It's not just an ordinary flu. It's a flu on steroids, basically, and it's super contagious. And everybody reacts to it in different ways. But at the same time, there's got to be that freedom of choice. We have to have that freedom of choice. We can't be infringed upon if we choose not to get vaccinated. Now, I'm vaccinated. But if somebody chose not to get vaccinated, I totally respect that. I'm okay with that.
And I'll openly state, and we've stated it, our family is not vaccinated. We have chosen.
I welcome to here with open arms. I mean, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Joe Smokehouse and Barbecue, thumbs up. What's up?
High fives. Great to see you, Joe. I hope life is treating you well. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a little Minecrafty. It must be the internet connection. But can you still hear me okay?
I hear you fine.
Okay. Well, and now they're talking boosters. You're going to have boosters soon. Yeah, they are. They're talking boosters. Thankfully, I work at home. You know, so if I chose not to get vaccinated, it doesn't impact me that much. You know what I mean?
This is the thing. They say unvaccinated are the issue, and that's why it's mutating and all that stuff. Well, then tell me why the flu mutates every year with a vaccine.
Well, let me run this one by you. Yes, there's 80 million Americans that are not currently vaccinated. Now, they've chosen to not be vaccinated for one reason or another. Because let's face facts now, you can go to your local CVS and get a shot. I mean, it's available pretty much anywhere now. So the people are choosing not to do it, right? So
and then they got the same.
It doesn't necessarily. I mean, if people choose not to do it, they're doing that at their own risk. It's just like smoking. Okay, smoking can give you cancer. You could die from that.
I'm on bossy.
But people sell cigarettes, and people buy them, and people smoke them. I'm just drawing a parallel here that I hope you can relate to. But COVID is no different. You're making a choice. Knock it off. And, if you choose not to do it, that's fine. You know something? You're not going to be putting the ones that are vaccinated in jeopardy. And hell, if you got COVID and you made it through it without a problem, you're going to be better off than if you got the vaccine, because chances are your immune system's going to create better antibodies.
You know what I find hilarious, and one of the things that really it resonates with me, is you go online and you see all these people posting basically like, oh, the unvaccinated are killing us, and on and on and on and on. And then they have a post, so and so got COVID, they died, and everyone that's vaccinated is like, or these people got fired because they wouldn't get vaccinated and all that, and everyone's like, oh, thank God, they deserve that, they should have died, they don't need to be around anymore. And I'm like, wait a minute, all these vaccinated people preaching on they got vaccinated for the better good of society and to save society, and meanwhile you're gonna rejoice about someone dying because they got COVID? Like, you're a little you're backwards here. You vaccinated yourself to save everyone, yet you're happy someone died.
I'm going to say this. I mean, like I said, I am vaccinated. I vaccinated my entire family vaccinated, and it was each individual one of them choices, with the exception of my son. Excuse me, he did not get vaccinated.
Hey, spicy.
But the rest of us did. Everything's spicy. Now, my friends. Okay, my best friend, Chris and Andy. Okay, I think you've heard this story. Their father had an issue with his leg, and he had to go to the hospital. He died within a week in the hospital because he caught COVID at the hospital. But it was his choice not to get vaccinated. I am still an advocate of choice.
And yeah, it's
regardless. I'm just trying to. I mean, that's the hard truth right there. It's like my best friend's dad died because he made that choice.
Yeah, I was trying to. There. That's what Bossy had shared with me.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. And yes, it will be pubs and clubs.
Yeah, she literally openly stated New World Order.
Yeah, the issue is passport's another issue altogether, because you're gonna have to prove that you've been vaccinated. You're gonna have to have vaccination paperwork. You won't be allowed on a plane without it.
Exactly. But everyone has a choice. You're going to weigh your pros, your cons, everything else. For me, yes, I know plenty like Gil that got the vaccine. He's totally fine. But I personally know many that got the vaccine and now are dealing with heart defects, that are dealing with issues that will never go away, that have major medical bills every day that they're not getting covered by the government. And I also know people that got both vaccines and ended up on a vent in the hospital with COVID. Yeah. So you're telling me I should inject myself with something that is supposed to lessen my effects of COVID when I know people that are on the vent? And then I'm sick of hearing people go, well, they would have died if they didn't have the vaccine. You just told me you wouldn't go on the vent if you had the vaccine. So don't tell me you wouldn't die.
Savage Wolfie, hello. It's good to see you. You know, you're taking your chances either way. But I do not. The governments are taking the choice away from us. They're taking our liberties away from us if we do not comply. See, that's the biggest thing right there. You don't want to comply, we're going to punish your asses. That's what they're doing. Your way of life will not be the same if you do not get vaccinated. You won't have a job. You won't be able to go to work. You won't be able to go to the supermarket. You won't be able to go to the movies. You won't be able to go to a restaurant. Sorry, bub. You're going to have to eat at home. Frozen pizza.
Indiana, we live in Indiana, and right now our governor is looking at ways of fighting back and basically saying this is all like against
A
all.
lot of the states are. They're all ruling it basically unconstitutional.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, I guess, for now. But eventually, I have a feeling that it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
I like frozen pizza too. Everything's spicy, and I'm a hermit. I work at home, so I'm right there with you. But I'm just trying to make the point that if you don't get vaccinated, they're treating you like a second-rate citizen now, and that's not right, man. It's not.
Yeah. And yeah, Bossy, I agree. COVID is 100% real, but there's more to this. And this vaccine has already proven that it is not as effective as they say. And they're trying to still force feed it to us. Why?
Yeah, like I said, my best friend's dad passed away. He was like a dad to me too, because he made the choice that he did not want the vaccination. And this was when the vaccinations were available, but they weren't, you know what I mean? They rushed it out, and it hadn't been tested as much, and not as many people had it at the time.
But the
I
real
still
question is, if you would
advocate the choice. I respect his choice, even though it led to his death. I respect his choice.
But the question is had he gotten the vaccine, would he have been okay? It's really a question. We don't know. When people say that they got COVID with the vaccine, but they didn't end up in the hospital and didn't end up on the vent, and it was because they had the vaccine. Is it because they had the vaccine? Because I know plenty of people that have had COVID that were mild cases that didn't even have symptoms without the vaccine.
See, I don't mind the government trying to help, with the greater good. I don't mind that at all.
Hey, Eileen.
What I do mind is them taking away the choice for us. Okay, we are putting the parent hats on, and we are going to make you do this, or you are getting no dinner tonight. I don't. Sorry, that's big government to me. I'm not about that.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's all an unknown. But Eileen, what's up? I said hi, but I don't know if you heard me. Yeah, Bossy, it's. I've been watching it unfold in Australia, and it's scary, it's sad, it's heartbreaking, and to think that it's slowly rolling this way now, and it's scary. It's just scary.
Let's see.
This is definitely not a world that I ever imagined raising kids in.
No, and that's the God's honest truth. I mean, right now, it is more important than ever for us, if you are able to have a voice, to vote, to lobby, to do whatever you have to do to advocate what is right for you and your family and your friends, loved ones, people that serve, whoever you care about. Make sure that you are speaking out, because if you're not, nothing's going to get done. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing because there's nobody stopping them from doing it.
Yeah, right. And Cindy, like Cindy said, one of her friends got the vaccine, huge advocate, and now has a heart condition. They don't know if it'll ever go away. I can't demonstrate in Australia. It's heartbreaking. Like, this whole thing is just, it's not what I ever imagined. I never imagined this for my kids. I never imagined raising kids in this.
Okay, I want to play this real quick if you don't mind. This is after the hold on. After the. Oh, that sounded like what's her face from Bob's Burgers.
Well, this is where you need to send the test to.
Okay.
Hello, Autumn. How are you today?
She just did it.
Thumbs up. High five. This is President Biden speaking to the unvaccinated today. Let me share this with audio.
Next round coming up. He said, as long as you have your test that you passed and attended this, I don't know if you're supposed to tell them you attended this to get points for this.
Well, Mrs. Coglini's
But
not-
then I'll be able to judge, and I need to also tell Miss Coglinis I need my judging chaperone.
Yep.
So, and then everything else is pretty much just notes for me.
Okay.
And I was right. I was right. If you get 8 or more points in sparring, team
Cheetos.
sparring, or if you get 11 or more in combat team sparring, you do get a another point.
Okay.
So I was right. Haha.
Mhm.
Now you go get
That is wonderful.
She just had her judging seminar she had to go to basically, so she can judge now.
Can you put this full screen for me?
Yeah, I just now see it.
Thanks. Let me go ahead and let's just listen to this for a few moments, and you tell me if you feel this is right. You feel like this president's
That's what I think about.
there for you.
We've had the last 20-30 minutes of the stream about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to quit my job.
Oh, they're mandating it.
Yeah, anyone 100 employees or over is mandated.
Well, has your job officially announced that? Because our governor's fighting that.
Hold on. Let's talk about it in a second here. Let me play this.
My message to unvaccinated Americans is this.
Can you hear it?
What more is there to wait for? What more do you need to see? We've made vaccinations free, safe, and convenient. The vaccine is FDA approval. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least one shot. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us. For the vast majority of you who have gotten vaccinated, I understand your anger at those who haven't gotten vaccinated.
So it's basically turning into a war between vaccinated and non-vaccinated.
Case. But as the science makes clear, if you're fully vaccinated, you're highly protected from severe illness, even if you get COVID-19. In fact, recent data indicates there is only one confirmed positive case per 5,000 fully vaccinated Americans per day. You're as safe as possible. We're doing everything we can to keep it that way. Keep it that way. Keep you safe. We remain at a critical moment, a critical time. We have the tools. Now we just have to finish
I just want to. I want
with truth
to hear him say
science with confidence
the words
together as one
If
nation.
you guys aren't going to do this, I'm going to do everything within my presidential power
Nothing, not a
to
single thing we're
get you out of
unable
our
to do if
way.
we do it
And he
together.
did say that.
So let's stay together.
All the people that laughed at anyone that said it back like a month ago, that this was a vast reminder of the Nazi Germany bullshit and the fucking Jews, like what all went on with that. That's what this shit is. This is literally going the same route that shit went. This is how it started, right here. This is how it started.
That's technically.
I am
Well, you're not a
technically, but I
judge.
need to get my judging chaperone. I can still judge.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, Phil. I get that, and that just makes it all the more frustrating.
Hey, Bo.
The figurehead's not even making the decisions. He can barely read a teleprompter.
Bossy, you know how I felt during this whole election. You know how I felt.
Well, I also learned
Scratching a bow on the go. Hello.
it's pretty much mandatory, or else you cannot, or else they will not let you compete to go to that meeting, which I did not know.
For what meeting?
To the judges.
Schools are doing it too.
Is it-
Schools are mandatory, making vaccinations mandatory to attend school as well. At least around here.
No, it's scary.
But and again, I apologize for bringing this up. But the whole 9/11 thing, it brings more to the table. It's infuriating to me what's happening recently. You know, with what we've given the Taliban, and when we left Afghanistan, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we needed to pull out of there, but because we pulled out of there, we didn't pull everybody out of there. We didn't pull all of our equipment out of there. We gave the Taliban $80 million worth of U.S. equipment. Now they're armed. They have helicopters. They've got machine guns. They've got grenades. They got all that stuff. It's like we gave the very organization that attacked our World Trade Centers the Afghanistan. You know, I don't know. I understand it costs American taxpayer a lot of money for us to be there, but I think the way that the extraction went down and how it was handled was piss poor. Piss poor.
Yeah, and that's like Mike came down here basically to say exactly what we were talking about because he actually watched or saw the stuff about from the president, and he's like, "Well, I guess I am going to have to quit my job," and it's fucked up.
Yeah, they're mandating it for all federal employees. They're mandating it for as many organizations as they can get their hands on and pressure.
Pretty much.
Which is everyone.
Yeah.
Except Mom and Pop.
So it's like everything Spicy said, and this is another point that I have. If the pandemic is so bad and so deadly and so like we need this vaccine, why the fuck is our border still open? And why did they just bring over 100,000 unvaccinated Afghans? They didn't keep them in a holding area and make sure they all got vaccinated before releasing them dispersed amongst the states. They just dispersed them. But yet it's so deadly, we are going to be forced to be vaccinated. Are they going to go after all these people that they're bringing over the border and from Afghanistan, make them get vaccinated? And why are they still having open borders if it's so bad?
You know, the saddest part about the whole Afghanistan thing is I feel personally, you guys in the chat, let me know how you feel about it too. I feel that it's inevitable that the U.S. is going to end up going back because shit's going to hit the fan just like it did last time. And history's going to repeat itself. And we're going to end up going back and intervening like we did last time. And it's just...
Oh, yeah, and that was the other thing. 600,000 postal workers are exempt from the vaccine. Why?
Yeah, that's bullshit too. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. I mean, why? Because they don't have direct contact with people?
There's just a lot of things that make you go why? Question. And they wonder why there's so many of us that are not willing to get the vaccine. When you have shit like that going on, you question it.
I think that move right there, Phil, was because the postal system is kind of fragile as it is, and I think that was the US's answer to keeping people at their jobs, because that might be the last straw for a lot. I don't, they don't use the phrase going postal for nothing.
But the law, like police officers, law enforcement, they're like on the verge of just saying fuck this shit because it's ridiculous. It's a horrible field to be in anymore. Medical field, after dealing with 2020, they're on the verge of just fucking throwing in the towel. So it doesn't make any sense still.
I agree, Tails. There is a conspiracy going on. There is an agenda that is not being shared with the public. We're seeing just the tip of the iceberg, and we're expected to believe it's rain when in fact they're pissing on us. That's what's going on.
And Bossy's got it. It's because everyone will eventually have to get it. They just start slow from section to section. I am not banning you, Aviation fan. What we're talking about right now is completely not a normal stream, but we kind of got on the subject, and it's there. And all of us have strong opinions, and I get it. I'm not. Yeah,
and this is the reason why. This was one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about it, but I kept getting brought into it, and she kept talking about it, and then before you know it, the whole spiel was just coming out. So I apologize for that. That was kind of my bad, but I just there's so many cogs in this machine that needs replacing. At this point, the whole damn machine needs to be replaced. There's so much corruption and so much indifference and so much white noise within our government now. They're becoming incompetent. They're letting things happen that shouldn't happen. Hundreds upon hundreds of Americans and Afghanistanians that wanted asylum and wanted to leave the country before the Taliban took over, before the deadline. They were left behind, for one reason or another. They were left behind. And now they can't get out of the country by private organizations are trying to get them out of the country, and the Taliban won't let them leave.
And the government gave them a list of people. Why the fuck did we give a list of people? See, there's a lot of
So that's stupidity right there, because they're instantly marked. They are now targeted.
There's so many things.
I agree, Bossy. Not to interrupt you, Crystal, but I agree with Bossy. Aviation, you do have the right to your opinion, as long as you're being respectful. I'm doing my best to be respectful here. You know what I mean? I'm not going to encroach or ham-haw or bust anybody's balls about their opinion in here, because they have a right to their opinion.
And
I'm expressing mine. You can express yours.
An aviation fan, I'm just going to say this. Gil and his wife and his daughter all got the vaccination.
Right.
They did. And he still has strong opinions on how this is going because of the way it's going.
I am, regardless of vaccination or not, I did get vaccinated. I'm not against getting vaccinated, but I am pro-choice. The issue is choice and what the government is doing to make people get those vaccinations. That is the act that's not right here. It's not the vaccinations themselves. It's how they're getting people to take those vaccinations. They're taking elements of people's lives away. They're making it so that people can't work at their job. They're pushing and they're pushing and pressuring businesses under OSHA regulations. They're trying to slip it under temporary OSHA regulations that it's a work hazard to not be vaccinated. So businesses are going to cave. And if you're not vaccinated, you're going to lose your job. Melissa works for healthcare. A couple of people within her company quit because they didn't want to get vaccinated.
Let's put it this way. Just during my live stream, just now, Mike walked down here and said, I'm going to have to quit my job.
I agree.
Mike works in law enforcement. He has been working for the last probably 6 to 8 months, 20 short. They can't even get people to apply. They can't get anyone. They are so short, it's dangerous for everyone working there. Now they're going to mandate this. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Because he won't go get that shot. And there's plenty of others that won't get the shot that are there. Because we talked to a lot of them. The ones that haven't gotten it are pretty much dead set. They will leave before they get it.
When people are willing to end their careers, risk their pensions on not taking a vaccination, it really should be relooked at by the government. The government should not have this level of control. It shouldn't.
And did you see
any government, not just the U.S., any government.
This is another thing pushing through the U.S. is everyone goes, the vaccine's free, the testing's free, this is free, free money, free this, free that. But now, and Biden even said this one, he said it, in order to get millions of dollars, and he thinks he can generate millions and billions in revenue, he wants the banks now to report everything coming in or out of accounts over $600, or any account that has over $600 in it. So now if you made money off your account from interest, it's got to get reported. You pull out $200, the government knows now where that $200 go. That's concerning. It's concerning. Our government has such a issue with leaking stuff and things getting out into the wrong hands. And now all that stuff's going to get all of our bank account information. Every last bit of thing we do is going to get trailered to the government. That's concerning.
You want to talk about another conspiracy? The U.S., I don't know if this is going on worldwide. I can only speak for the U.S., but you ever wonder why all the businesses now have to have your personal information if you want to buy something like minuscule? Do you ever notice that? Mm-hmm. Like at a Best Buy or Harbor Freight or something like that, you go in there and they ask for your name and your information. And
are you part of
it? Send you like flyers and deals and things like that. But I think it's a way for them to also report to the government. You bought something. You bought this. You bought that. It's a way for them to be able to audit more accurately.
Mm-hmm. And Tales of the Solstice, exactly, aviation fan. Everyone's got their reasons. Everyone has their reasons. I have no judgment to you. I'm not
No.
judging Bill because
No,
he tried to
aviation
get
fan.
vaccine.
No, you don't sound like. Look, you don't sound like a fucking idiot. Nobody in here sounds like a fucking idiot. Everybody is speaking from their heart and speaking their passion and speaking the truth about how they feel about these situations. You are in a safe place. And if anybody's busting your chops over that in the chat, let us know.
And like I said, there's many in here that are against the idea of this vaccine. Doesn't mean we're against vaccines, but
No,
it's an aspect. There's aspects of it. I've never seen a vaccine get rolled out and them have incentives and we'll give you bonuses and we'll pay you and we'll all these incentives that they put on this vaccine. It really is kind of questionable. It's like, why? If it's so trustworthy and it works and you believe in it, why are you paying people to take it? Why are you doing all this incentive?
I think Phil's trying to change the subject. Says, I like pork chops. I like cookies. Nom, 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 nom.
You got me on the tangent, and I'm gonna continue.
In the end, it boils down to choice. Don't take people's ability to choose away. Don't make it so that one choice is horrible and one choice is the way it should go. Like don't push your agenda to the point where you're ruining somebody's fucking life if you decide not to get a vaccine.
Prissy boy, what's
you
up?
Know what I'm saying? Prissy boy, hello. Hey, Katie. How you doing? I need a hug.
Katie.
Yo, and a bottle of rum. She's not feeling too good either. It's not COVID. She tested negative. She tested negative. That's what I'm saying, Bossy. Really, that's what it boils down to is like a person's ability to make the choice. It should be a simple yes or no. Do you want to do it or not? You don't want to do it? Okay. You want to do it? Okay. None of this bullshit and pandering and not pandering, but basically you're blackmailing. The government is blackmailing you to get this vaccine. And that's not right. I don't care who you are. It's not right.
There's just a lot of things that just it's scary. I can say right now it's scary, and I never imagined I'd be bringing kids into this. I never imagined that my kids would be forced to live in this society. Like it's not only the stuff that's going on with the government and the stuff that's going on in other countries. It's stuff like the schools, like Gil knows. We had one active shooting by our house in a school, and one that had a gun brought into the school. But they're saying there was no gun brought in. Meanwhile, we had actual legit scanner stuff. We know what was found. We know what was done. It's scary. This is what we're dealing with. Yeah. This is what we brought our kids to. It's everything. Everything is terrifying.
See, right now, I go to the supermarket. Of course, I live in a less populated area than Crystal does. So it might be a little different where she is. But when I go to the supermarket or I go to Walmart, it's not mandatory to wear a mask. They encourage you to, and there's signs at the door saying it's a CDC recommendation to, but you're not required to. Now, there are people that wear masks and there are people that don't. That's choice, okay? They're not making people exit the store. You can't be here unless you got a mask, you know? It almost feels like don't say anything. It almost feels like a form of it's not racism. Prejudice. It feels like a form of prejudice to me.
Someone needs to go back to the motherfucking future and fix this shit, because this shit's out of hand. It's out of hand.
Thank you, honey. Katie brought me her squeaker. No, you can't have it. No. All right, guys. Yeah, we can talk about something else if you want.
Mike has legitimately sat on COVID patients almost daily since this all started. Here, no back, no job, not allowed to use public transport or go to funerals or weddings or travel to other states. it's getting out of control. It's all about control. Yeah, and Brissy Boys in Australia as well. We have Aviation Fan in Australia. We have Bossy's out of Australia. It's scary.
Well, I mean, the CDC guidelines say, to stay 6 feet away from people, wear a mask if you need to or want to, they recommend it. I'm speaking to Aviation Fan because he did ask a question. If he goes out in public, is he at risk? You are at risk. I mean, if it's a populated area or if a lot of people are going past you, I would wear a mask if you're in a very populated area, if you're uncomfortable or you think you could possibly be at risk. The masks do help. I'm not an advocate of masks. It's not that I don't believe that they help or don't help or whatever. I just don't like wearing them.
He's going to change subject because Kendall, did you hear that Kendall Jenner is pregnant?
Oh, geez. Yes, Bossy. Thank you. Strawberry Shortcake. Hello. Thumbs up and a high five. There you go. Okay, so I don't get Australians in my chat, just crazy Norwegians.
Damn those crazy Norwegians. Don't know what to do with them. Don't wait to see what the pink looks like.
So, yeah. Useless information.
Bossy's like, I opened up. I'm like, this is cool. Like, I'll talk about this because it's pissing me off too. She goes, but at the same time, she's like, this is usually my laugh stream. Damn it, make me laugh. Yeah.
Hey, Landon.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Daddy Dodo.
I'm not buying nothing. No.
Not me, bro.
Can't we just say that Call of Duty took away Thunder?
Can we just say I'm pissed that Call of Duty took away plunder? Plunder?
Now what can I swear at? Oh, I'm sure you'll find plenty to swear at, girl. I'm sure you'll find plenty. I will say this, and we're having it wasn't our normal chat.
No, this definitely wasn't normal.
But we had a lot of involvement, and I think it was awkwardly good. It was an awkward good stream.
I think it was a good discussion because I think it was on a lot of our minds, and I think people are afraid to bring it up because it is a passionate subject. You know what I mean? People do get passionate about it, and they're worried about how people are going to take how they feel about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
it definitely
get combative. Some people get combative, but it's a safe place to talk about it here.
It's a subject that not everyone is willing to take on because it's just kind of it can go multiple different ways. But on the other note, we were only going to stream for about an hour, and I do have to make dinner. So I'm thinking we do need to start wrapping it up and end the stream so I can go make dinner because otherwise my husband might not be too thrilled with me about that.
And
all I can say is if you're the praying sort, pray that things kind of level out here because it's a little scary to think that Mike might not have a job. Then what? He's our income in this house.
Well, just remember, you always have a home here in Maine.
We're moving to Maine, Gil.
That's right. Gil said you guys don't have to get vaccinated to live here because I believe in choice.
We got a bedroom.
No, I don't want to. No, everything's spicy. No, we're not going into that. Phil. No, I'm not going into that. Please reread my comments. Haven't been? No, you haven't been combative at all, Aviation Fan.
No, you haven't. I've been reading.
Like I said, I mean, I would have hoped that you would have felt comfortable talking in here.
Aviation Fan, I think the biggest reason why you feel a little bit off in the chat tonight is that I think a majority in the chat are saying how wrong the government is for forcing the vaccine. And you did get vaccinated, so you kind of feel like, hey, I got vaccinated, now everyone kind of is against me. When in reality, it's pro-choice.
No, it's not about that. It's pro-choice. You made a choice to get vaccinated, and that's okay. That's okay. Anybody who gets vaccinated, it's okay to do that. But if someone chooses not to get vaccinated, if they see all the facts and they choose not to get vaccinated, I feel that that's their God-given right not to get poked with something man-made. It's just the way it is.
Lucianne, what's up?
High five. Great to see you. And I appreciate you speaking your mind, Aviation Fan. And I know Crystal does too.
essentially it's your God-given right at the same time of, hey, so Gil, you're vaccinated, I'm not vaccinated, I don't want to associate with you. That would be my choice as well. But do I wish death on someone that did the opposite of me? No.
See that there's that form of prejudice, and in the language. Did you get that in the language for you guys that heard the president talking, like when we played that clip? Did you feel that divide when he was talking about vaccinated people versus non-vaccinated people?
It's and the pure evil, just the tone of voice. It reminds me of Hitler. It's got the whole Hitler vibe going. That's all I can say.
Raven, good to see you. High five. But anyway, I know that Crystal has to go, so we're going to have to wrap it up. Thank you guys for bearing with us through this stream and this awkward conversation that I had brought up. My sincere apologies for that. So, but I think it was worth talking about because I think a lot of you spoke your mind, and we appreciate that.
I think it was a needed conversation. It was a conversation that people didn't feel threatened to say their thoughts. Maybe Aviation Fan, you felt a little bit threatened, but there was no threat going on. We respect your choice. But I'm glad we got onto the topic. And at the same time, I'm going to apologize to anyone that's in here that was uncomfortable or may come and rewatch the stream. I apologize for any discomfort you may feel by the heated discussion that happened. It wasn't
heated. It was just simply passionate. That's all.
Yes, it was passionate. It was done well, but obviously it's something that's a very strong subject that some people get a little bit more carried away with, and people don't always like listening to it.
Are you talking about me?
I'm just saying I apologize to anyone within the stream that might have felt a little bit discomfort from the stream, and I apologize for anyone that rewatches it.
Yeah. But I have to extend that apology.
I will say I respect anyone's choice. If you choose to be vaccinated, great for you. I wish the best for you. I hope everything goes the way you hope and plan. If you choose not to get vaccinated, again, I wish the best to you, and I hope everything goes as the way you hope and plan. I don't hold a prejudice either way.
Right. That goes double for me.
I want to just end it that way. I want people to realize that.
Yes. Well, no, I mean, that I think people know that, but it's good to say that just the same. But I'm glad you guys hung out with us tonight. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get another live stream this weekend if I can coax one out of Crystal at just the right moment of time somewhere.
There's a small chance I'll get home early enough Sunday to where we might be able to pull a live stream on Sunday. We needed this tonight, although I wasn't planning on turning into this type of stream, but hey, it is.
Indeed. So
maybe, Crazy Ann, maybe you'll get lucky and I'll do a stream after I cook dinner by myself.
I was just going to say the same thing. Are you a mind reader?
Maybe I am. If I don't pack my shit and start moving to Maine now because we got a home.
You do have a place to stay.
House, we got a home.
All of you. I'm talking about you and Mike and 3 kids and Cheetos and 3 dogs and
all the bearded dragons.
The bearded dragons. We'll find homes for them. I'm kidding, of course.
Cosmo, we're about to end the stream, but I gotta tell you hi before we do.
It's good to see. Did you say Cosmo Black the Bunny?
Cosmo Black the Bunny.
What's up, bud? It's good to see you.
I appreciate all you guys. I'm glad you guys hung out through this crazy stream.
Yes, it was.
I'm thankful for the opinions and the input that you guys had to put into it. I like hearing what other people think.
It feels good because I feel like you guys relate, to what I'm saying, and it feels good to know that I'm not the only one that feels this way. So thank you for that.
For those that are coming in late, if you've got a massive debate on the vaccines, this was actually an interesting stream, I would say. So feel free to rewatch it.
Feel free to rewatch it and comment. Please feel free to comment. And Crystal, you want to make sure that the comments are enabled once we end the stream. And I guess we will talk to you later. We might go on later tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, I can message Gil and see if he's up to going for a late night stream. And if not, maybe I'll do a solo. But everyone stay safe, stay sane, and
have a scrap happy day filled with choices. Remember, choose.
Choices,
Make sure you have choose.
Love you guys.
Wisely, like the